This is the kickstand hinge. For this position, what we're going to be in is a split squat position, soft bend in this lead side foot, and then 99% of the weight is in this forward leg, right? So we're kind of just balancing up here on our toes. Where a lot of people have issues with this drill is we're not finding the back of the hip like we should, and that's because as we start to go down, people are putting more weight into this back side, which is going to get more hamstring out of it. So to really get into the spot that we're looking for, you have to stay forward and keep this weight forward. So the kickstand hinge. This is our position. I like to go opposite hand in the front of the hip of the forward side leg, and then the same side hand kind of feels the spot that I want to feel working really hard. So it's almost like this hand is pushing this hip backwards as we hinge down, down, down. Spine stays as long and as straight as we can get it throughout the movement. So we're here, soft bend in the knee, all my weight's forward. I'm going to hinge from the hip, but this knee angle never changes. So as I go down, this knee never moves forward, and as I come back up, this knee never moves back. So wherever the starting position is, right over the laces, about knee over laces, that's where it stays. From here, we hinge, we're staying as long through the spine as we can. Head goes forward as the hips go back. And then once we load into this part and it starts to go into the hamstring, we stop. So we stop before we load into too much hamstring. The entire purpose of this position, this drill, is to get as much load in the back of the hip and into this glute as we can. Think about it as working the glute, but also lengthening it as we do it. And you should feel this kind of gross sensation, this burning happening here in the back of the hip into the glute, and that's what we're searching for. We want to teach you to hinge into the back of that hip again and into that glute, as opposed to getting all low back and hamstring working through all this hip extension positions. Okay, so that is the kickstand hinge. These positions are very important. Don't let this knee move forward or backward at any point throughout the movement, and we're searching to find this. One way to help find this if you're struggling and it stays more hamstring is to, again, stay as tall as you can, keep that knee angle the same. As you hinge down, if you're struggling to find it on the way down, that's okay. That's normal. What I want you to do is get down to a position here and think about squeezing or squishing, melting that foot down into the ground. You're pushing 10 out of 10 hard that foot into the ground, and that should help you feel this muscle here start to kind of turn on and work. I want you to keep that 10 out of 10 max effort pushing, melting the foot into the floor as we slowly, slowly, slowly start to unhinge and come back up. That should really turn on and kick on that back of the hip. And again, like I said, the number one problem where people get more hamstring than glute is because as we go down, we start to kind of lose our weight into this trail side leg, and then we struggle to find hip. So make sure you're staying forward and keeping all that weight forward, almost like you could lift this foot up if you really needed to. Okay? And that is how we start to get into that back of the hip. Create some length through the structures here in the back of the hip, and then again, strengthen the glute through the length of the glute. Go ahead, give it a shot.